The barrel of his gun is cold against my temple. Rain soaks through my emerald dress, turning the silk transparent. Behind me, the green mill burns, golden flames licking the night sky like the devil's own fireworks. In front of me, Vincent Moretti's eyes are darker than the smoke billowing around us. "Give me one reason," he says, voice like gravel and whiskey, "why I shouldn't pull this trigger, Bella." I have 30 seconds to answer. 30 seconds to explain why I betrayed the most dangerous man in Chicago. 30 seconds to decide if I want to live or die in his arms. But before I tell you how we got here, if you love forbidden romance, dangerous men, and stories that'll keep you up past midnight, hit that subscribe button right now, because what happens next, you won't see it coming, and trust me, you'll want to be here for every twist. Let me tell you how a nobody like me became the obsession of the city's most feared gangster, and why, in 3 hours, I'll have to choose between breathing and belonging to him completely. My name is Rose Caldwell, and 6 months ago, my father's death left me with a problem. $15,000 owed to Salvatore De Luca, a man whose smile never reached his eyes, and whose office above the butcher shop smelled like blood and sawdust. I stood in that office with $300, every penny I'd saved as a telephone operator at the Palmer House Hotel. My hands shook so badly I could barely hold the bills. "I'll get you the rest," I promised. "I swear." Sal looked at the money like I'd offered him pocket lint. Then he looked at me. Really looked. Navy blue dress with pearl buttons. Dark curls bobbed short. Nothing special. Just a girl trying to survive. But Sal saw something else. "You can sing?" I nodded, confused. "The Cotton Club needs a new songbird. You work for me 6 nights a week. Sing, look beautiful, make the customers drink. Tips go to your father's debt. 5 years, you're free. 5 years of my life. But what choice did I have?" "Deal," I whispered. That was 3 months ago. I learned fast how to move on stage so the fringe on my dress caught the light, how to hold a note just long enough to make lonely men reach for another drink, how to smile while singing about heartbreak, making every man in the room think I was singing just for him. But there were rules. Don't talk to customers unless Sal approved. Don't accept drinks. Don't ever disrespect him in front of his associates. Sal's ego was fragile as spun sugar and twice as dangerous. I followed the rules, kept my head down, counted the days until freedom. Then Vincent Moretti walked into the Cotton Club and everything changed. It was a Thursday, slow night, half the tables filled. I was on stage, singing, someone to watch over me, pouring every ounce of loneliness into the lyrics. The door opened. The entire room went quiet. Not the band, they kept playing, but every conversation died. Every laugh cut short. Men who'd been loud and drunk suddenly found their drinks fascinating. Even Sal went still. I kept singing, but my eyes tracked the newcomer, like everyone else's. He was tall, 6'4" at least, broad-shouldered in a way that made doorways seem narrow. Charcoal pinstripe suit with a silk vest, gold watch chain, glinting dark hair slicked back, sharp jaw, a face that could have been carved from marble if marble could look dangerous. 2 bodyguards flanked him, though they looked like schoolboys next to him. He moved through the room like he owned it. Men stood as he passed. Women's eyes followed him with something between desire and terror. Sal practically leapt from his seat, Mr. Moretti, please join us. Champagne? Whiskey? So this was Vincent Moretti. I'd heard the name whispered. He controlled the North Side. Bootlegging, gambling, protection. Rumor said he'd killed his first man at 16, that he'd fought in the Great War and come back with a taste for violence, that he had judges, cops, even senators in his pocket, that he was as smart as he was ruthless, which made him the most dangerous kind of criminal. His eyes swept the room, cataloging exits and threats before settling on me. I almost forgot the lyrics. His eyes were dark, not brown, but something deeper, the color of espresso, of midnight, of things that happened in shadows, and they were locked on me with an intensity that made my breath catch. I finished the song, took my bow, practically fled off stage. "Who is that?" I heard him ask. "My newest songbird," Sal said, pride dripping from every word. "Rose Caldwell. Beautiful voice, isn't she?" "Beautiful," Moretti agreed. But something in his tone made it clear he wasn't talking about my voice. I stayed in the dressing room, hands shaking as I reapplied ruby red lipstick. When I finally emerged, planning to slip out the back, Sal was waiting. "Mr. Moretti wants to meet you." "I don't meet customers. Your rule." Sal's hand clamped around my arm, hard enough to bruise. "You meet him, smile, be charming. Moretti could crush me with one phone call. Understand?" My stomach twisted, but I nodded. Sal led me to the corner booth, the best table, reserved for VIPs. Moretti sat alone, a bottle of real Scottish whiskey on the table, not the bathtub gin most speakeasies served. Up close, he was devastating. Broad hands, scarred knuckles, a thin white scar through his left eyebrow, another at his collar, disappearing beneath his shirt. His face was all sharp angles, strong nose, defined jaw, lips that looked cruel until you imagined them smiling. "Miss Caldwell," his voice was deep, rough, with the faintest Italian accent. "Sit." Not a request. I sat. Sal hovered anxiously. "I'll leave you two to talk. Rose, be good to Mr. Moretti, whatever he wants." The implication was clear. My skin crawled, but Moretti's eyes narrowed. "Leave us, DeLuca. And next time you offer me a woman like she's a free drink, I'll break your jaw." Sal paled, stammered an apology, disappeared. Silence stretched. Moretti poured 2 glasses of whiskey, slid one toward me. I didn't touch it. "You're not drinking," he observed. "I don't drink with customers." "Smart." He took a sip, watching me. "How long have you been singing here?" 3 months. "And before that?" "Telephone operator." "Quite a career change." I said nothing. "Your father was Anthony Caldwell. Gambling debt. You're working it off." He said it casually. 15,000. At your current pace, you'll be here 7 years, not 5. DeLuca's skimming your tips. My blood ran cold. "How do you know that?" "I make it my business to know things." He leaned forward. I caught his scent. Bergamot, tobacco, something darker. Especially when something beautiful catches my attention. "I'm not interested in..." "Good. Neither am I." He cut me off smoothly. "What I'm interested in, Miss Caldwell, is why a woman with your intelligence is wasting away in Sal DeLuca's second-rate establishment when you could be singing at the Green Mill." The Green Mill, the most prestigious jazz club in Chicago. "That's impossible." "Nothing's impossible, not for me." He finished his whiskey. "I own the Green Mill. I'm offering you a job. Same hours, triple the pay. Your father's debt cleared in a year. Too good to be true. What's the catch? For the first time, his lips curved. Not quite a smile, something more dangerous. The catch, Bella, is that you'd work for me, which means you'd be under my protection, which means every man in this city would know you're untouchable. Untouchable? Mine, he clarified, voice dropping. Not in the way DeLuca implied, but in every way that matters. You'd belong to my organization, my establishment. No one touches what's mine. And in return, you sing. That's all. I should have said no, should have recognized the danger. But all I could think about was freedom, and the way his eyes held mine, like I was the only person worth looking at. I need to think. No, you don't. He stood, buttoning his jacket. You need to decide. Stay here with Sal, working off a debt that will never actually be paid, or take my hand and have a real chance. He extended his hand, palm up, offering, not demanding. I looked at that hand, scarred, dangerous, capable of terrible things, and I took it. His fingers closed around mine, warm and strong. Good girl. You start Monday. I'll send someone to collect you at 8. Then he was gone, and I stood there, my hand still tingling, wondering if I'd just been saved or damned. Monday arrived too fast. At 7:30, a black Packard pulled up outside my boarding house. The driver opened the door without speaking. The Green Mill was everything the Cotton Club wasn't. Elegant, sophisticated, dangerous in a refined way. Dark wood, green velvet, brass fixtures gleaming like gold. Moretti was waiting in his office on the second floor. The room reflected him. Expensive, but not ostentatious. Dark furniture, leather chairs, massive desk. Bookshelves lined one wall. Machiavelli, Dante, Oscar Wilde. You read? I blurted. He glanced up. You sound surprised? Most men in your line of work are idiots, he finished. That's why I'm still alive, and they're not. He set down his pen. Sit. We need to discuss terms. Your contract is simple. 6 nights a week, 2 sets nightly, 9 and midnight. Salary is $75 a week, plus tips. I take nothing from tips. Every penny goes toward your father's debt. Settled in 1 year, $75. More than I'd made in a month. Where's the catch? No catch, but there are rules. He moved to the window. Rule 1, you live here. Excuse me? The apartment above the club is yours. Furnished, utilities paid, non-negotiable. I already have a place. In a boarding house where any thug with a grudge against me could get to you. He turned, pinning me with those dark eyes. You're my employee now. That makes you a target. You live where I can protect you. The logic was sound, even if the control made my skin prickle. What else? Rule 2. No fraternizing with customers. You're here to sing, not socialize. Agreed. Rule 3. You don't leave without one of my men. That's ridiculous. I'm not a prisoner. No, you're a beautiful woman working for the most hated man on the north side. Every rival I have would love to get their hands on you, to hurt you, use you. Send me a message written in your blood so you don't leave without protection. Not until they forget about you. The way he said beautiful made heat pool in my stomach. How long? 6 months, maybe a year. He returned to his desk. Last rule, you answer to me. Not my manager, not my bartenders, me. Any problems, you come directly to my office. Understood? It was too much control, too much proximity to a man who made my pulse race for all the wrong reasons. But it was also freedom. Understood, I whispered. He pulled an envelope from his drawer. First week's salary, advance. My men will move your belongings this afternoon. I opened it. $75 in crisp bills. Thank you. Don't thank me, Rose. The way he said my name, rolling the R slightly, sent shivers down my spine. Just sing. Make my club the place everyone wants to be. That's payment enough. The apartment was stunning. One large room with soaring ceilings, exposed brick, huge windows overlooking Ontario Street, a proper bed with a quilted coverlet, a clawfoot bathtub, a Victrola with jazz records. Everything smelled new, clean, like possibility. I'd just finished unpacking when someone knocked. Miss Caldwell? I'm Maria. Mr. Moretti sent me to fit your wardrobe. She unzipped a garment bag, revealing a dress that made my breath catch. Emerald green silk that shimmered like water. Bias cut, backless, with delicate beading. The most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. I can't wear this. It's too expensive. Mr. Moretti insisted. Maria's expression softened. He has good taste. Try it on. The dress fit like it was made for me, because it was made for me. He does this for all his performers? I asked. Maria's smile was knowing. No, Kara, just you. My first night at the Green Mill, the place was packed. I stood backstage in the green dress and new T-strap heels, heart hammering. Through the curtain, I could see the crowd. Wealthy men in tuxedos, women dripping jewels, everyone, beautiful and dangerous. The band started, a slow, sultry introduction. I stepped into the spotlight. Attention shifted. Conversations paused. Eyes found me. I opened my mouth and sang, "The Man I Love," letting my voice carry every ounce of longing I'd ever felt. My eyes scanned the crowd, landing on the corner booth. Moretti sat alone, whiskey in hand, eyes locked on me with impossible intensity. I sang to him, couldn't help it. His jaw tightened, his knuckles went white around the glass. The song ended to thunderous applause. I retreated backstage, immediately needing air. The back hallway was blessedly empty. I pressed my forehead against cool brick, trying to slow my racing heart. You're a natural. I spun. Moretti stood 3 feet away. You startled me. Good. You should always know where I am. He moved closer. That song, you sang it to me. It's a popular standard. Don't lie. He braced one hand on the wall beside my head, caging me without touching. You looked right at me. Every word. Why? I don't know. You were watching me like what? Like you wanted to consume me. His eyes darkened. I do. The air crackled. My heart hammered so loud, I was certain he could hear it. Mr. Moretti. Vincent. When we're alone, you call me Vincent. Vincent. This can't happen. What can't happen, Bella? Whatever this is, you're my boss. I work for you. There are rules. I make the rules. His free hand came up, fingers ghosting along my jaw. And I'm rewriting them. Your rule. No fraternizing with customers. His thumb brushed my lower lip. I'm not a customer. I'm the man who owns this building, pays your salary, and thinks about you every goddamn moment since you took my hand Thursday night. I should have pushed him away. Instead, I whispered, I think about you too. His control snapped. He kissed me, not gentle, not tentative. He claimed my mouth like he owned it, one hand cupping my face, while the other pulled me against him. He tasted like whiskey and possession, kissing me like a man starving. I kissed him back just as desperately, hands fisting in his shirt, pulling him closer. When he finally pulled back, we were both breathing hard. "This is a mistake," I panted. "Probably." He pressed his forehead to mine. "Do you want me to stop?" "No, God, no. I need time to think." He stepped back immediately. "You have time." "But Rose?" He waited until I met his eyes. "I'm not a patient man, and when I want something, I take it. Remember that." Then he was gone, leaving me trembling, my lips still burning. The next 3 weeks were exquisite torture. I sang every night. Vincent watched from his booth, drinking whiskey, looking at me like I was something rare and precious and his. He never pushed, never demanded, but the tension built like a gathering storm. Small moments accumulated, his hand on the small of my back as he guided me through the club, the way he'd appear when customers got too familiar, his presence alone making them back off, how he sent coffee to my apartment every morning, perfect temperature, cream and 2 sugars, even though I'd never told him. He learned me in 1,000 tiny ways, and I learned him. Like how he came to the club at 6 every evening, before crowds, and did paperwork. How he spoke fluent Italian when angry, words rolling like thunder. How he was unfailingly polite to staff, remembering names and asking about families. How every Thursday he left at 9 and returned at midnight with bloody knuckles that he'd soak in ice. I didn't ask what he did on Thursdays, didn't want to confirm what I already knew. Then came the night that changed everything. It was a Tuesday, my night off. I should have been sleeping. Instead, I sat in the empty club at 2 a.m. at the piano on stage, picking out someone to watch over me, one-handed. Footsteps echoed. Vincent emerged from shadows, jacket discarded, shirt sleeves rolled. He looked exhausted, human. "You should be resting," he said. "So should you. But here we are." He climbed onto the stage, sat beside me on the piano bench, close enough that our shoulders brushed. "Can't sleep? Can't stop thinking. You?" "Same." I continued playing. After a moment, he reached out, adding bass notes that turned my simple melody into something haunting. "You play?" I said, surprised. "My mother taught me before she died." "I'm sorry." "Don't be. It was a long time ago." But pain flickered in his eyes. "I was 8, scarlet fever. Papa couldn't afford a real doctor. She died screaming." The bitterness in his voice was devastating. Vincent dash dash. "That's when I learned that being poor kills you, that being weak kills you, that in this world, you're either the wolf or the sheep, and I'd be damned before I let anyone I loved die because I couldn't protect them." My heart cracked open. "So you became the wolf." "I became the whole pack." His hands stilled. I clawed my way up from nothing, fought, killed, did things that would make you sick, and I don't regret it, because now I have power, money, respect. No one I care about will ever suffer because I'm too weak. Is that what I am? Someone you need to protect? He turned, and the rawness in his expression stole my breath. "You're everything I told myself I couldn't have. You're good, Rose. Pure. The kind of woman who deserves a nice man with a clean job. Maybe I don't want that. You should, but I don't. I reached up, cupping his scarred jaw. He froze. I should be terrified of you, and I am, but not for the reasons you think. What are you afraid of? That I'll fall completely, that I'll give you everything, and when you're done with me, there'll be nothing left. His hand covered mine. I'm not done with you, Bella. I'm not sure I'll ever be done with you, and that terrifies me more than anything. Why? Because wanting you makes me weak, and in my world, weakness gets you killed. Every enemy I have would hurt you to hurt me. Keeping you safe means painting a target on your back just by admitting I care. Then don't admit it publicly. But here, when it's just us, I didn't finish. I kissed him instead. This time was different, slower, deeper. He kissed me like he was memorizing the taste of my mouth. We ended up twisted together on the piano bench, hands exploring, his mouth on my neck, my fingers in his hair, heat and desperation, and something that felt dangerously close to love. He pulled back first, breathing ragged. Rose, we need to stop. Why? Because if we don't, I'm going to take you upstairs and keep you in that bed until you forget every reason this is complicated. Heat pooled low in my belly. Maybe I want to forget. Not yet. He pressed his forehead to mine. When I have you, and I will have you, it won't be rushed. It'll be because you're mine completely, and you've chosen that with clear eyes. God, he was killing me. How am I supposed to wait? The same way I am. He kissed my forehead, with great difficulty. The next night, everything went to hell. I was on stage for my midnight set, singing Cry Me a River, when I noticed the man at the bar. He was watching me too intently, not with appreciation, with recognition. My blood ran cold. Johnny Malone, Papa's old poker buddy, the one who'd introduced him to the games where he'd lost everything. After my set, I tried to slip backstage quickly, but Johnny intercepted me. Little Rosie Caldwell, hardly recognized you all dolled up. His grin was all teeth. Papa never mentioned his girl was singing at Moretti's place. Let go of me. I tried to pull away, but his grip tightened. Not so fast. See, I owe some people money, and I was thinking, Papa's debt got paid off mighty quick. Makes a man wonder what kind of arrangement his daughter made. Nausea rolled through me. I'm working it off, legitimately. Sure you are. He leaned closer. Here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna give me $500, or I'm gonna tell everyone in Chicago that sweet little Rose Caldwell is Vincent Moretti's. He didn't finish. Vincent's hand locked around Johnny's throat, slamming him against the wall so hard bottles rattled. Finish that sentence, Vincent said, voice deadly calm. I dare you. Johnny's face went purple. I didn't. I wasn't. You put your hands on her. Vincent's grip tightened. You threatened her. Give me one reason I shouldn't kill you right here. Vincent, I found my voice. Let him go. He's not worth it. He touched you. Barely. I'm fine. Vincent didn't move for a long moment. Then he released Johnny, who crumpled to the floor, gasping. You have 10 seconds to leave my club. If I ever see you again, I'll put you in the river. Understand? Johnny scrambled up and ran. The club had gone silent, everyone watching. Vincent turned to me, and the murder in his eyes softened to concern. Are you hurt? No, I'm okay. He took my hand, thumb brushing over my wrist, where Johnny had grabbed. A bruise was forming. Something in him broke. Everyone out. We're closed. Vincent, it's only 1:30. Now, he roared. The club emptied in minutes, until it was just us. Upstairs, your apartment. We need to talk. In my apartment, he paced like a caged animal while I sat on the bed, watching. This is exactly what I was afraid of. Someone from your past seeing an opportunity. If Johnny thinks he can extort you, others will too. I'll be more careful. Careful isn't enough. He spun to face me. You're in danger because of me, because I couldn't stay away. I can handle myself, not against the kind of men in my world. He dropped to his knees, so we were eye level. Rose, listen. There are people who would hurt you just to prove they can, who'd use you to get to me. I can't let that happen. So what are you saying? I'm saying you need to leave Chicago. Tonight, I'll give you money, set you up somewhere safe. Milwaukee, St. Louis, somewhere no one knows you're connected to me. My heart stopped. You're sending me away? I'm keeping you alive. By giving me up. Yes, but his hands were fisted in the bedspread, knuckles white. It's the right thing. I slid off the bed, standing so he had to look up. What if I don't want to go? Rose -- What if I want to stay? Want you? What if I'm willing to risk it? I'm not willing to risk you. That's not your choice to make. The hell it isn't. He surged to his feet. You don't understand what you're asking. The life I lead, it's violence and lies and blood. You'd have to live with armed guards, never go anywhere alone. Always wondering if today's the day someone decides you're the easiest way to hurt me. I know. No, you don't. He stopped, staring. Why are you smiling? Because you're trying so hard to push me away, and it's not working. This isn't funny. It's not, but it's also not your decision alone. I stepped closer. You said you wanted me to choose you with clear eyes. Fine. I'm choosing I'm staying. With you, whatever that means. Rose -- I'm not some delicate flower, Vincent. I grew up poor in Chicago. I've seen violence. I've had men threaten me. And I'm still here, still standing, still choosing the most dangerous man in the city. 'Cause when I'm with you, I feel alive for the first time since Papa died. He stared at me like I'd spoken a foreign language. You're insane, he finally said. Probably. I took his hand, placed it over my racing heart. But I'm yours, if you'll have me. The last thread of his control snapped. He kissed me like a man possessed, walking me backward until my legs hit the bed. We fell together. He worshipped my mouth, my neck, murmuring Italian against my skin. Ti voglio, he breathed. I want you. Ti ho, I answered. You have me. His hands found the zipper of my dress. The rasp filled the room. Tell me to stop, he said, even as he slid the fabric down. Tell me this is too fast. Don't stop, I interrupted. Don't you dare stop. So he didn't. I woke to sunlight and Vincent's arm heavy across my waist. He was already awake, watching me. Good morning, I whispered. Good morning, Bella. He brushed hair from my face. Any regrets? Only that we waited this long. His smile was devastating. Real? Then someone pounded on the door. Vincent was out of bed instantly, gun in hand, positioning himself between me and the door. Boss, a man's voice, urgent. We got a problem. Vincent pulled on pants, threw me his shirt. Stay here. He opened the door a crack. One of his men stood in the hallway, face pale. It's Johnny Malone, boss. Someone found him in the river this morning. Bullet to the head. My blood ran cold. Vincent's expression didn't change. And the cops are saying it was you. There's a warrant. They're coming here. The next hour was chaos. Vincent's men swarmed the building, moving evidence, preparing. Vincent himself was eerily calm, issuing orders while buttoning his shirt. I stood frozen, trying to process. Johnny was dead, and everyone thought Vincent killed him. He appeared in the doorway, jacket on, hair slicked back, completely composed, except for his eyes. Those were wild. Rose, listen carefully. The cops will be here in 20 minutes. When they come, you tell them you don't know anything. You're just a singer. We're employer and employee. Nothing more. Understand? But nothing more, he repeated. You can't be connected to me right now. If they think you're important, they'll use you. Did you kill him? He went still. Do you want the truth? Yes? No, I didn't kill Johnny Malone. I should have. He deserved it, but I didn't. His jaw clenched. But someone wants the cops to think I did. Someone who knows about you and is using it. Who? Salvatore De Luca. Pure venom. He's been trying to expand into the north side for months. This is his move. Frame me for murder. Get me arrested. Take over while I'm locked up. Then we tell the police the truth. We tell them nothing. Rose, if you stand by me now, you'll be dragged into this. Questioned. Maybe arrested as an accessory. Your name in every newspaper. Your life over. I don't care. I care. He crossed to me, gripping my shoulders. I care, Bella. I won't let you burn because of me. So what are you saying? His hands dropped. He stepped back. I'm saying you need to leave. Right now. Before the cops get here. My men will take you to the train station, New York. I have contacts who'll set you up. New name, new life. Safe. Without you. Without me. Tears burned my eyes. No. Rose dash dash. I said no. I stood. You don't get to make this choice for me. You don't get to decide I'm safer without you. You are safer. I don't want safe. The words exploded out. I want you. Even if it means facing the police, the newspapers, all of it. I'm not running. You're not thinking clearly. I'm thinking perfectly clearly. I crossed to him, taking his face in my hands. Vincent Moretti, I'm staying. I'm standing beside you. And if you try to force me on that train, I'll just come back. You're the most stubborn woman I've ever met. And you love me for it. The word hung between us. Love? His expression shattered. Yes, I love you, which is why I need you to go. And I love you, I replied, which is why I'm staying. Sirens wailed in the distance, getting closer. Vincent pulled me against him, holding so tight I could barely breathe. If you stay, everything changes. Your life won't be yours anymore. You'll be mine, publicly, completely. Every enemy I have becomes your enemy. I know. You'll have to be stronger than you've ever been. I am strong. And if this goes bad, if they arrest me, convict me, you could end up alone. Then I'll wait, however long it takes. The sirens were on the block now. Vincent kissed me, deep, claiming, desperate. When he pulled away, his decision was made. Tony, change of plans. Rose stays. She's under our protection. Anyone who touches her answers to me. The police stormed the Green Mill like an invading army. Detective Morrison led them, 50-something, hard eyes. Vincent Moretti, you're under arrest for the murder of John Malone. I didn't kill him, Vincent said calmly. Witnesses say you threatened him last night, threw him out of your club. I threw him out for assaulting my employee. Half my staff saw it. That doesn't make me a murderer. Morrison's eyes flicked me, still pressed against Vincent's side. This the employee? Yes, Rose Caldwell. And before you ask, she knows nothing about Malone's death. I'll be the judge of that. Morrison nodded to his men. Cuff him. No, I stepped forward, but Vincent's hand stopped me. Don't. Let them do their job. They cuffed him, read him his rights. Vincent never stopped watching me, his eyes promising this wasn't over. I'll have you out by morning, I said, voice shaking. I know you will, Bella. He managed a smile. You're stronger than you think. Wait. Morrison's voice stopped them. He was looking at a telegram, face pale. Jesus Christ. What? Vincent demanded. Morrison looked up. There's been an explosion. The Cotton Club. DeLuca's place. It's gone. My heart stopped. Casualties? 15 dead, including Salvatore DeLuca. The room went silent. Well, Vincent said softly, I guess I have an alibi after all. Pretty hard to blow up a building when you're surrounded by cops. Morrison's jaw worked. Someone's starting a war. Not someone. Vincent's voice was ice. Me. This was my response to being framed. And now everyone knows. You don't come at me and live to regret it. You're admitting to. I'm admitting nothing, but whoever killed Malone and tried to pin it on me just lost their protection. His eyes found mine, and anything that's mine is now untouchable. Spread the word, detective. Rose Caldwell is under my protection. Anyone who looks at her wrong disappears. Moretti -- Are you charging me with Malone's murder? No, you have an alibi. Then uncuff me. I have a club to run. Morrison hesitated, then nodded. They removed the handcuffs. Vincent strode across the room, pulled me into his arms, and kissed me in front of everyone. Cops, criminals, staff. A public claiming. A declaration of war and love all at once. When he pulled back, his smile was pure danger. Change of plans, Bella. We're not hiding anymore. What does that mean? It means you're mine, officially, and starting tonight, everyone knows it. He turned to his men. Clear the club. We're throwing a party. I want every important person in Chicago here by midnight. Boss, that's a target, Vincent finished. Exactly. Let them come. Let them try. His arm tightened around me. And Rose, you're going to sing. What song? His smile was feral. Dance until dawn. Let them know you're spoken for. Midnight found the Green Mill packed to capacity. Politicians, judges, rival gang leaders. Everyone who was anyone. Lured by curiosity and the promise of witnessing history, I stood backstage in a new dress. Blood-red silk, backless, with a slit up one thigh. Vincent's choice, his message. He appeared behind me, hands settling on my bare shoulders. Nervous? Terrified. Good. He turned me to face him. You walk out there, everyone will know you're mine. There's no going back after tonight. I don't want to go back. Then show them. He kissed me, slow and deep. Dance until dawn, Bella, and let them see you're taken. The music started, sultry jazz, dangerous and seductive. I walked onto the stage. The room went silent. I found the microphone, letting my eyes sweep the crowd until they landed on Vincent in his corner booth. He raised his whiskey glass. Then I began to sing. My voice wrapped around the room, intimate and challenging. I sang every word to Vincent, but made every man think I was singing to them. I moved across the stage, hips swaying, the red dress catching light like flame. Vincent stood, crossed to the stage, extended his hand. The room held its breath. I took it, letting him pull me down and into his arms. We danced, slow, sensual, scandalous. His hand splayed across my bare back. Mine slid up his chest. We moved like lovers in front of everyone who mattered. The message was clear. She's mine. I love you, he murmured against my ear. I love you, I replied. The song ended. Applause thundered. And then, gunfire. Glass exploded. People screamed. Vincent threw me to the ground, covering my body with his as bullets tore through the air. Stay down, he ordered, already moving, gun appearing in his hand. Chaos erupted. Men drew weapons. Tables overturned. The chandelier crashed. Through the smoke and screams, I saw them, masked men, at least 6, pouring through the entrance. An ambush, Vincent fired, precise and deadly. 2 attackers fell, but more kept coming. Rose, he turned, eyes wild. The back, one of the attackers got through, gun raised, aimed at Vincent's back. I screamed his name. Vincent spun, but too slow. The gunshot was deafening. Blood bloomed across Vincent's white shirt. He staggered, fell to one knee. No! I lunged forward, but hands grabbed me from behind. Got her, someone shouted. I was dragged backward, screaming, fighting. Vincent tried to stand, to reach me, but collapsed. Blood spreading, too much blood. Vincent, I sobbed his name as they hauled me toward the door. He lifted his head, eyes meeting mine, across the smoke-filled room. Rose. Then everything went dark. When I woke, I was in a moving vehicle, hands bound, head throbbing. A voice spoke from the darkness. Miss Caldwell, we've been waiting to meet you. I blinked, vision clearing. 3 men surrounded me in the back of a van, all wearing masks. Where's Vincent? I demanded. Dying, if we're lucky, though knowing Moretti, probably just angry. The speaker leaned forward. You see, we needed to send a message that even Vincent Moretti isn't untouchable, that the things he loves can be taken. Fear turned to rage. He'll kill you for this. Perhaps, but first, you're going to help us with a little problem we have. I'll never help you. Oh, I think you will, because if you don't, we'll go back and finish what we started, and this time, we'll make sure Moretti bleeds out before his men can save him. My blood ran cold. The van stopped. The door opened, revealing a warehouse, dark and empty except for a single chair in the center. Sit, the man commanded, and let me explain exactly what Vincent Moretti is willing to sacrifice to keep you safe, and what you're willing to sacrifice to keep him alive. As they forced me into the chair, As the ropes bit into my wrists, I thought of Vincent's eyes across the smoke-filled room, the promise in them. He would come for me. I knew it with bone-deep certainty. The only question was whether I'd still be alive when he did, and whether the man I loved would burn the entire city to the ground to get me back.